So you think you're ready for FRC? You probably thought it was just building a robot. Maybe just flying some wheels, changing some motors, writing some code. That's all. But then it hits. FRC is killer.
Our intake is working really nice, and we have a lot more control with the bot now, so we actually are doing something in the games, which is infinitely more important.
And now you're fully in it. You're learning CAD, you're learning Java, you're realizing how the robo-reel works, how the gyro is located, all one day before the competition even starts. There's pressure, there's failure, and sometimes there's even tears. But then there's that moment where it clicks, where everything you have worked into, all the time you have spent, just works. And it seems like it was easy, but it's not. All the time that you spent, all the moments that you were in that difficulty, in that struggle, you ended up to fight through it and manage your way out of it. So, are you ready? My name is Ignacio. I'm a grade 11 student in a high school in Canada, and I have experienced FRC 2 times, the competition. It was our rookie year for our robotics team 2 years ago. So I've experienced 2 different robotics competitions, and it has been quite the journey doing robotics with FRC. Now, the intro that I just mentioned seems over the top. It seems dramatic, and it is, but to an extent, you really have to push yourself to actually achieve the things that you thought weren't possible in FRC. The more time you spend on your bot, the more you're gonna achieve. That's just how it is. So our team actually experienced a lot of difficulties, a lot of problems, a lot of issues with not only creating the robot, but making the robot run, and in competition, the robot wasn't even running. And despite going in our rookie year, even in our second competition, despite doing it once already, we still had difficulties, we still had struggles. And the really interesting part about FRC is that there's this community behind it. So when you are in the competition, there are teams around you. And believe it or not, even the teams who are in the highest rank, to the mid rank, to even the lowest rank, they are all experiencing issues. It seems like when you're in the moment, everything sucks. You're in the bottom of the pit, everything's not working, the drive isn't working, the code isn't working. How could it be any worse? But in reality, almost everyone else is struggling with you. Yeah, believe it or not, that is very true. Go to your first competition and go ahead and ask people. I actually interviewed people in our first competition, which you can see up here, and you can see that everyone, you ask them, how's it going? 9 times out of 10, they will say, we are in pain. We are struggling. We need help with this, help with that. And that's how it's gonna be. So the first takeaway with this, with my team's experiences, is that you have to remember that it will not be all sunshine and rainbows. It will not be perfect when you go and test things out. But that's just the way engineering is. That's just the way everyone, not just yourself, is going to experience robotics. And it's not even just for FRC in general. It happens everywhere around the world when innovating and engineering. You have all these issues, and you really have to push yourself and see how resilient your team is and how much your team can actually push through those issues. And that's what I think truly makes teams that are of the highest ranks. When they get these issues, they're not stressing out, they're not anxious, they're not yelling at each other. Yeah, believe it or not, your teammates will have some point, either before or during the competition, most likely during, that they are literally yelling at each other, and you'll have to separate people because conflicting ideas and all sorts of issues. But like I said, those high teams, they don't yell at each other. They don't get anxious. They still have problems. But when those problems arise, they know how to properly manage them. That doesn't mean that they always know the solution to everything, but they know how to figure out the problem and how to properly fix that problem step by step. So don't worry when things do not go the way they are planned. You will find a solution if you push through it and you show yourself and show your team that you're actually a resilient team who can work through the struggles. Okay, so another outcome that you will learn from this is that the competition will literally teach you everything. I think in our first competition, there was actually a rookie team who made it to, I want to say, quarterfinals or the semis, one of the two. And most rookie teams, and I'm sure that rookie team also did, learn so much in their first competition. Everything that they thought wasn't possible, and same with us, everything that rookie teams thought was not going to happen, it literally will happen in the competition, and it has. For us especially, it happened. I'm sure for everyone. And now, while this might seem like dismotivating advice, you're gonna learn a lot of things. A lot of things are not gonna work. You're gonna learn a lot of new strategies, and you're gonna have to network with different teams to connect, because as a rookie team, you will find a lot of problems. Now, that doesn't mean you can't win at all. Rookie teams can definitely win. But you just have to realize that those problems are going to come and you're going to have to fight through them. Now, another thing that I think is really important is making sure that you are networking and connecting with other teams. So the way it works is that for robotics, you will have 3 and 3 teams face against each other. So you will be an alliance. You will be one of these teams that will have to partner with the other 2 teams. So you will have to work together with those teams, and you will know what those teams are. So if you need any help, if you ask any of the teams you are partnering with, and you can even look at the ranks, which one's the highest, so they can give you the most beneficial help, if that's what you think. And the amount of advice that they will pass down for you, and they will want to help you because they obviously want to win that match. So they will go next to you and help you with anything you need. Obviously, they can't solve all your issues, but you can have high teams who have experienced most likely the issues that you have experienced before and help fix it. It's really important to network in these events. Everyone's there, and 90% of them want to help you. So if you ask any of them, ask for the coding engineering, if you need help with coding, the build, leader, whatever it is, they will most likely help you. And trust me, when you look at teams who have had a lot of experience, they will most likely help you the most. So for our first competition, actually, I have a vlog about it. You can see it up here. But pretty much nothing was working. It didn't go smoothly. Okay. Every goal that we had somehow failed, even when we fully expected things to work. The most easy stuff, as simple as the drivetrain, just didn't work. Our robot was jamming, all sorts of issues. And I actually remember a story when the drivetrain, every time we tried to run it, it would actually just, the gears, we'd run it at a lower intensity, and we didn't have brushless motors at the time. So the gears, when they would move slowly, it would rattle a lot. When we moved the motors, since it wasn't brushless, at a small intensity, so instead of 100%, because obviously we didn't want to go so fast, we would move the joystick slightly, and it would get caught with itself because the motor didn't actually know how to handle that low intensity. So we had so many issues regarding that, and everyone was just panicking. It was really a mess. And still, in the one that we just experienced in February, which was the Canadian Pacific Regional, we were doing a lot better, for sure. But there were still moments on the second day when the code wasn't working and everyone was just yelling at each other. Because the truth is that one day you're going to feel like you're at the top. You're going to feel like you're at the top of the world. You're going to win this competition. Everything's going well. And not even in the matter of a day, in the matter of 1 hour, of 30 minutes, it can literally feel like you're back at square one. Like you're back in January when nothing worked. And it's also important to note that those moments of pressure where you're anxious, not only does that build a better team, but that also improves your bot as a whole. Because what I noticed is that those moments of pressure, we learn the most from those moments. And the truth is that the hardest part isn't the robot. Because building the robot, coding the robot, there's lots of resources online, and if you realistically sit down for a few hours, you can figure out a lot of the issues. The biggest problem is actually within your own team. You will find this. I'm not saying to untrust your teammates, do things on your own hand, because it is a competition against other teams. So if you go against a team who's working together, everything's working together, the robot's working perfectly, everything's clicking, do you think that team can compete against your team when one of the coders went to code alone because they're mad and one of the builders is building their own contraption? No, you all have to work together. even in those moments where you really don't want to, you have to tell yourself that this is for the better. And if we all work together, we actually have a chance of beating those teams that already are so much above us. There's no way, if we all separate and do our own things, that we can beat a team that's working together. Because I'm sure you all know this, a team works 10 times, 100 times more efficiently, and the outcomes are just so much higher because you're all working together and your ideas are shared, and it's just so much more beneficial. So make sure you actually work together as a team, and you will find that a lot of the times it's actually the team that has the most difficulties compared to the robot. So, are you actually ready? The answer is yes. Okay, your team is ready. But you have to make sure that your team actually sets up the correct guides, the correct steps, the correct outline, the plan, everything you have to do to work together, build the robot efficiently. At the end of the day, you really want to learn from this experience, especially if it's your rookie year. You're going to learn a lot. So, remember that those moments where everything sucks, nothing's working, those are the moments where the teams exceed and the teams actually prove themselves that they're worthy of winning the competition. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you actually learned something. Up here you will see a video which I will release soon, which is about how to actually prepare for the competition and what the competition will be like. So everything to do with the scoring system, the points, and the best things to actually be ready for the competition, and what to actually expect, especially for the rookie teams. Very, very beneficial. I wish that I had these videos when I was a rookie team. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Really hope you took something out of it. Like, comment, subscribe. It really helped me out and really help other teams also get this knowledge and improve. And until next time, thank you.